to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 27th of May, the final Wednesday of May. Where is the year going? And this is episode 142. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Mare, we have some people who introduced themselves this week in the group, so why don't you give them a shout out?
Okay. Karen, who is Shamu from the UK.
I met her at I Knit Fandango, and she does Shamu Makes, which is...
At the top, probably.
No, it is actually down on my design shelf. Oh. It was the, Sock Link, that's it, that I got, that I'm going to design something with for her. And you got a Sock Link too that Sam bought you there. She's going to rebrand. She's in the process of rebranding her brand, so I'm not sure what her new name is going to be, but yay, she does lovely stuff. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Chelsea, who is Crack QOF from Pennsylvania. Diana, who is Mama Bug 89 from Portugal but lives in Scotland. Melody, who is Crafty Lady Mel from Florida. And Becky, who is Grandma Becky from Oregon.
Welcome. We're glad to have you guys. Mare, so if somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do?
Join.
And then what?
Introduce yourself in our introduction stud and you'll get a shout out on our next episode.
That's right. Well, we have a few things to discuss today. We've got some CALs coming to a close. So you only have a few days left. A few Yummies, not much TV since almost everything has season finale. But yeah, we have some stuff to talk about. So with that, we probably should get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
So what's on your needles, Mare?
This.
And what is this?
This is Sassy's Stash Sack by Sassy Skein. And I'm doing it on US 8s, 5mm, and the yarn is Patterns UK Fab DK in the raspberry colorway.
It still doesn't look like raspberry. So what are you making this for?
A little friend of mine who's going to be 4 this July.
Yep, 4. Yep. And so it's going to be one of those backpacks where it's got the thing and it drawstrings at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So how tall is your thing?
I don't know. I think it's almost 12 inches now.
Because you had me measure it at when it was at 10 inches, and I told you I thought it needed a couple more inches. And then you'll knit the other. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. You'll knit 10 more rows to make the little thick part where the drawstring goes through.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it is at 12 inches.
Okay, so you're ready to start the part.
2 more rows in a row.
2 more rows. Okay, well, that's really good. So yeah, so you should probably be done with it next week.
Yep.
And you converted the pattern. It was originally written how?
To knit black.
But you didn't want to seam it.
No.
So you just converted it a little bit. I think it'll be really cute. It'll be fun for him to have the little bag to carry stuff around.
2 skeins of this. We didn't need to get 2 skeins of this.
Yeah, well, we didn't know. Maybe you can make him like a matching hat or something to go with it. I can't remember what weight the barley is, but that's
probably this weight.
That might be a good one for him. I bet he'd like that. So, okay. Anything else on your needles?
No. So what's on your needles?
You remembered to ask me this week. Okay, I have. Hold on. Oh, I'm dropping things. Got it. I drop things way too often.
I was trying to see for you.
Thank you, Damaris. I'm trying to scroll the show notes so I can know all the information to tell you. Okay, first up, in my design bag, I am still working on the Indie Bray Yarn Crawl 2015 socks. Jess actually posted a photo, was it yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, that she was dyeing up the colorway because she's doing an exclusive colorway. This is Jess from Ginger Twist Studios. She's doing an exclusive colorway for the Yarn Crawl, and you'll get my pattern if you buy the exclusive colorway, but the pattern will also be for sale. And it's just like last year's in that the instructions have both toe up and cuff down. So I'm sitting at about, bless you again. I'm sitting at about 85% done. She's been having the sneezes at the weirdest times.
I don't like spring anymore.
Oh, I just got you some new allergy medicine. It'll be here tomorrow. So, okay. So anyway, so I'm like about 85% done with knitting them in the exclusive colorway. So as long as the weather cooperates, we're planning to do a photo shoot of them on Saturday, which means I have to finish them before Saturday so that they can get blocked. I think if I do 15 rows today and 15 rows tomorrow and then 12 rows Friday, then we can block them Friday night and we can just put the fan on them to dry them. So that's the plan. So that's what's in that bag. Then in this bag, I am doing Christmas stockings for my sister Carrie for their house. And I've done 2 completely, and then this is the 3rd one. The pattern is the Mix and Match Socks by Nancy Lindberg, and I'm on US 8s, which is 5 mil, and I'm using Cascade 220 in the Christmas red, Highland green, and Grist colorway. So last week I had just finished the cuff, so I have done the little color work section. This is where they'll put their names on them. I think they're going to have like, I don't know, they're either going to use like beads like I did on the ones from my mom's house, or maybe they'll have like a metal plate engraved with a name and stitch it right there in the name band. So, and then I've done 3 sections of the stripes. So I am on target for finishing the 6 of them by the end of October. And then next up is this bag. I am knitting the Halfway There shawl by Vera Balamaki, which I call the we're halfway there, living on a prayer shawl. And I'm almost done with it, you guys. I am doing this on US 7s, 4.5 mil needles, and it's in Rainbow Heirloom Lush Light in the Apparition, Blue Raspberry, and Princess Rockstar colorway. And I've actually finished with the Apparition and the, I'm showing you the wrong side, the Apparition and the Blue Raspberry. I had enough yarn that I did an extra repeat of so this is upside down right now. It's crescent shaped. You're not going to be able to see much of it because it's so bunched up on the needles. And I have a feeling when I block it, it's going to grow too. So this is going to be a pretty big shawl. But I had enough of the Princess Rockstar to do an extra repeat. And it's like I want to say it's like a 12-row repeat, but some of the rows are short rows. But I have finished. I finished last night with the final contrast color. Since last week, so I put this marker in last week when we recorded. So I've done this much. So what do I have left? I have 2 full rows and 2 short rows of the Princess Rockstar. And then it says to do 1 inch or until you run out of the Princess Rockstar. And this is how much I have left. So I should have more than enough to do 1 inch. And I think when I get to 1 inch, I will look at it and see. I might just go ahead and do whatever I have left. But I have a ton of the Blue Raspberry and Apparition left. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. But something close because it's so squishy. So squishy. So I'm hoping to have this finished by the podcast next week. And this is going to be a really big meterage for Stash Dash 2015. Because if I use all of the Princess Rockstar, I think it's like 400 meters. So, and then plus the contrast colors. So that would be a very, very, very good addition for Stash Dash. So I'm hoping to finish that this week. And then two more things, you guys. My zigzag blanket. This is the 10-stitch zigzag by Frankie Brown. And I'm using US 4s, 3.5 mil needles. I finished with the first colorway. Can you hold that for me? And hold that so I don't drop it. And so this next, I'm using this yarn now, which was left over from my bubbly socks. And it is spun right round in the bubble colorway. So let me show you what I got done this week, because I've connected the second color, obviously. Go back in there. I don't want to lose the tag, so I'm trying to stick it back in there. So last week, come out. I was right here, after we recorded, I put a marker in. I was right here on the, I don't remember what this colorway is, Uber colorway. So I finished it out. And then, this is a free pattern, so I'm not giving out any secret stuff. I bound off 9 stitches, and then I cast on, I think it was 9 stitches to start with the pink. But now I'm working this way up. So I have done all of this of the pink. So my blanket is 20 repeats, 20 zigzags wide. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the pink zigzags, plus 2 of the Uber zigzags since last week. So, of the Uber, it took around 30 grams, I think. So, I've got it written down somewhere. So I'm trying to see on average how much it's taking to do a whole stripe. So I can kind of see if I have enough yarn of certain leftovers to do it, because otherwise I'll probably just give you those leftovers if I don't have enough to do a whole repeat. And the last thing on my needles is my Mia, which is a tank top. And it is a free pattern from Knitty by Jennifer Wood. I'm on US 3's 3.25 mil needles, and I'm using West Yorkshire Spinners Air Valley DK in the Knitterbocker Glory colorway. So, can you hold that? So here, okay, so what you do is you start on the back, and there's a few short rows at the top for shoulder shaping. So you go, and then you put it onto waist yarn, which I've done. And then what you do is pick up, actually you do it this way, you pick up stitches here and start knitting for the front of the tank top. And then you're going to put these on hold in a little bit, and then you come over here and start for the other front. And then once you get past the armholes, you join it in the round, and the rest is in the round. So what I did so that I can make the 2 sides of the tank top match, I started picking up stitches at a color change. So I have a little bit extra pink if I need it later in the project. But I started right where the pink ends and the purple begins, and that way I will have matching sides of the front. So I'm making good progress on this. I am not done with my first skein yet, but I'm getting there. There's not a ton left. This is a 100-gram skein. Yeah, so it's 230 meters per skein, and I bought 7 of them. Yeah, 7 of them. So if I can get this project done for Stash Dash, that's 1,400, like 1,600 meters if it takes all of it. So that is a good addition for that. So that is the last thing on my needles. So I've been busy knitting this week. So, but because of that, I have some finished projects. So we should probably move on to that.
And now we're going to talk about her finished projects.
I have 2 this week. So first up is my weekly preemie hat. Oh, I should have I bought those this week. We'll show you that in the next segment. This is for my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. And it's on US 6's 4 mil needles, and I used Cascade Yarns 220 Superwash Sport in the Daffodil colorway, that's the yellow, and Barocco Weekend in the navy colorway. And I decided it needed a wee little pom-pom, so this is a 1-inch pom-pom. We'll show them about the pom-pom makers in Yummies. So I thought it was so cute. And I accidentally made it match my other FO, which I didn't do on purpose. So yes, I know these socks do not fit on this, on these sock blockers. This is birthday socks. There's 2 of them for a friend of ours, and he has very big feet. And he knows it. This is from another one of my free patterns, Cece's Vanilla Cappuccino Socks, that you can get by joining my design group on Ravelry and introducing yourself. Introduction's not enough. Make sure you join the group too, because there's been some people that introduces themselves so it didn't join. So join the group and then introduce yourself, and I will gift you my stripy sleeves. So that's different. Vanilla Cappuccino you do by joining my newsletter. If you subscribe to my Java Pearl Designs newsletter, you will get a coupon code to download the pattern for free. Sorry, a little confusing. I did these on US 1.5 2.5 mil needles, and it's with Shropshire Spinners Signature 4-ply, and it's from their Birds line. This is the blue tit colorway. So yes, they are extremely long. They're 12 inches long, and the leg looks really tiny, but it's really, really not. It's the same height that I did on the Hub's birthday socks. So there they are, and this was a good, I want to say 300 and some odd meters for Stash Dash. So, and I'm going to talk more about Stash Dash in Yummies. So that is everything that I finished this week. I'm glad these got done in time because his birthday is this weekend. So, yay. That's everything I finished this week. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show. Yummies. What are yummies, Mare?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. And we would like to start this Yummies segment this week by talking about sheep cats. Sheep cats. Now, I know you're going, what in the world are sheep cats? Well, at some point over this last week, we somehow...
Sunday.
It was on Sunday? Probably on Sunday, yeah. We got into a discussion. I'm not sure how we got to this point, but Damaris decided that there should be sheep cats and that she needs some. So why don't you tell us what sheep cats are? Because I think this could be your future profession.
They're like sheep dogs. They're cats.
So, and what are they supposed to do with the sheep?
They guard the sheep.
They guard them and herd them, just like a sheepdog?
Yep.
And what do sheep cats say?
I can't do it.
You have to do it.
You have to do it.
Because it's so funny. No, you
if
do it.
it's so funny, you do it.
But I don't know if I'm going to do it right.
You always do it.
Which comes first?
I don't know.
Does the sheep sound come first or the cat sound?
I don't know.
So it's like, ba meow. Yeah, ba meow. Meow. And so you've just... Oh, I said it wrong?
No.
Or you're just saying no because it's... So you decided that you need sheep cats, which means you're going to have a herd of sheep.
Sure.
And so is this going to be your profession to train cats to be sheep cats?
I don't know.
I think it's brilliant. You should have this farm. We can live in a house on it, and you can have a house on the farm, and we can have sheep, and you can train the sheep cats, and we can spin the wool from the sheep. It would be perfect, Mare.
I thought you didn't spin.
I haven't spun in almost a year. Somebody asked me about Tour de Fleece. A couple of people asked me about Tour de Fleece. But yay, we're cheering on people who are. Yay, you can do it. Huzzah! Yay! Where was I going with this? Oh, I will hire somebody to spin the wool from the sheep. What do you think? I think this is a valid aspiration. We live in Scotland. There's so many sheep here. I think it's really good. I think it's a really good idea. I think so.
Are sheepdogs even dogs that guard sheep, or are they just a type breed of dog?
No, they really do guard sheep and herd them and things.
Thought they were called sheepdogs because they were so fluffy, like sheep.
Oh my goodness. I see we have a lot to do in your education before you can train the cats to be sheep cats. Do you have anything else you want to say about sheep cats? What did they say? Let's move on to the next thing on our Yummies list. A big thank you to our friend from Knitting in France, which is a yarn company. I do have some of her yarn up here. Where is it? There. Can you see that? Yeah. But I also have a skein down there because I'm going to design a pair of socks from a skein of her yarn later in the year. But she wrote a lovely, lovely blog post about Sam of Knit Run Dig and I and our booth at I Knit Fandango, and she also talked about the Geeky Puffin Knit Palooza. She's making some things for us for the goodie bags, but she's also donating some stuff for the goodie bags. So, yay. So thank you so much. It was a really, really sweet, kind blog post. She's been doing a series since I Knit Fandango got over about different businesses that were there. So that was really nice. Thank you. I bought pom-pom makers. This is what we were talking about in the last segment, and we forgot to get them. They were over there. So I picked these up at the store over the weekend, and I got the 3/4 inch size and the 1 inch size. And these make it so much easier to make pom-poms. So the pom-pom I did on top of the hat. I'm trying to reach it. There went my yarn. This one is the 1 inch size, so it's the purple one. So I don't know, maybe a 3/4 inch size would be better on the hat this small. I don't know. But fun. These are the extra, extra small size. No, just extra small. Only one extra. And these are made by Clover. The instructions weren't brilliant. I didn't connect to these instructions, so I actually just went on to the World Wide Interwebs and Googled it and found a video of somebody using one. And so that helped a whole lot. I had a pattern release since we recorded last.
Yes, they're about to fall.
Yes, I have it pinned in here. So, my Donna Noble inspired sock pattern released to the club members of the Doctor Who Companion Sock Club 3rd edition this week. And so here is the gorgeous colorway. And then the pattern, I did this really nice cable up the side of the leg, and it's mirrored. So it's good catch, huh? It's mirrored. It's on the outside of that leg. And my inspiration for that is there are times, like when it crosses, that Donna was able to be with the Doctor. But there are times when her life was parallel because she couldn't be with the Doctor anymore. And then the rest of the pattern is this beautiful floral pattern called Forget-Me-Nots. Do you get why it's Forget-Me-Nots?
Yes, because I suggested it to you.
Yes. So, do you want to tell them then, since you suggested it?
No.
No? Okay, I'll tell them. So, you know when the Dr. Donna was created, and then the Doctor had to remove all her memories of her time with him and everything, and nobody could talk about the Doctor to her because she would remember and die. So, Forget-Me-Nots. Do you get it? So, these are a toe-up pattern. The sock is sliding a little bit. There we go. These are a toe-up pattern, and they are mirrored, and I love, 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 love them. And I did 2 tutorial videos about these two. One of them is actually a tutorial that can be used with most of my sock patterns. It is the shadow wraps technique of knitting a heel. So knitting the wrap and turns using shadow wraps. And then the other tutorial is how to do the Forget-Me-Not stitch, because sometimes you just need video to understand. It's not a difficult stitch, it just needs a little to help you get through. So, can I put those over there so I don't drop them? Because we have more stuff to talk about. So, the Donna pattern is called Oi, Watch It Spaceman socks, and it is exclusive to club members until November. So, in November, you will be able to purchase it individually. The goodie that came with that, I wanted to show you. I've added some stuff to mine, but this is a travel lanyard made by Slip Stitch Studio, and so this is the goodie for the 3rd edition of the Sock Club. It came with a flashlight. Oh, it says, shh, I'm counting. It also came with these cool foldable scissors. I've never seen a pair like this before. So you undo it, you unfold them, and oops, there we go. And they're scissors, but they let me get them folded back now. They are TSA approved, so you can bring them on a flight, airplane flight, and not get in trouble. It had a carabiner on it, which I've actually attached my clover chibi needle container. It also came with a wooden crochet hook to rescue drop stitches. And it also came, I'm sorry, it's jingling, I'm sorry if that's bothering you. It also came with a little clasp to put stitch markers on, which I've actually already done. So Julia of Pandia's Jewels, that I do the companion club kit with, has extras of these. So I'm putting a link in the show notes. Every companion needs a good travel lanyard to rescue them when they're knitting. So go check those out. I really, really love mine, and I'm using it quite often. In fact, I put it into my little Notions pouch that I got from Knit Run Dig, the London one, with some other things like a tape measurer. And what else is in here? Oh, business cards, because, you know, you always need business cards. And this just stays in my messenger bag. And I can grab it out if I'm working on stuff here, but also I don't have to make sure that I have Notions in every project bag when I take projects out places. So, yeah. Okay. Do you have anything else that I missed that we wanted to talk about before we talk about Stash Dash?
No.
Okay. So, Stash Dash, I've mentioned quite a few times in the last few weeks. And we actually had a question in the Ask the Geeky Girls thread about Stash Dash. And I went ahead and answered it in the Ask the Geeky Girls thread because it was starting like the day after it was posted. But I also promised that I would talk about it on the podcast. So, Stash Dash is a CAL done by Laura and Leslie of the Knit Girls podcast. And it runs during the summertime. Well, it usually starts in May and ends in August. Laura is a teacher, so it usually starts like the day she gets out of school for summer and goes until she has to go back to school. So this year it started like on the 22nd of May, I believe. And I don't remember what the deadline is. It's about 12 weeks worth of time. So this year she's doing it a little bit different. There are 3 finish lines. So this year you can do 3,000, 5,000, or 10,000. So 3K, 5K, 10K. And what it is the meterage of your yarn, of your projects. So you can knit, crochet, weave, or spin. There are some guidelines, and I'll link to Stash Dash official thread in the show notes so you can go read those. But the really, really fun thing is if you have a work in progress, if you finish it during Stash Dash, you can count the entire meterage of the project. So like my I'm halfway there, living on a prayer shawl was started before May 22nd. But if I finish it during Stash Dash, I get to count the whole yardage. So lots of planning goes on. I have like a list in my bullet journal of stuff that I want to finish during Stash Dash and stuff I want to cast on and get done during Stash Dash. So I'm going to go for the 5K goal this year. This is, I think, my 3rd year participating. I know last year I ended up getting somewhere around like 5250. So I met the 5K goal because last year it was just a 5K goal. I'm a little bit nervous about this year because last year I was spinning, and so I spun quite a few things during True to Fleece that counted. So fingers crossed that I can make the 5K goal this year. So far I have done 326.4 meters, which means I have 4,673.6 meters to go. So I am on my way, but I have my halfway there shawl that is almost done. I have Christmas stockings. I'm going to try to get 3, 4, and 5 of the Christmas stockings done during Stash Dash. I have the Indie Bray Yarn Crawl socks that are just about finished. And I also have the pair of them that I did in that pink yarn because I was working on it before Jess got the colorway dyed up. So the first sock is done. I just need to knit the second sock. I have my Mia, if I can get my Mia finished. my weekly preemie hats, and then I have some other things on my list, like birthday socks for the friend who is turning 4 in July, and also for my niece and nephews. So hopefully all these smaller things will just add up and get me to the 5K goal. And they usually do some prizes, like they'll do random number generator and pick from the finish line. But that is what Stash Dash is. And it's really, really fun. It's a fun competition. There's lots of podcasters that participate in it that are very competitive with each other and are like, no, I'm going to beat you and all this. You can use the hashtag StashDash2015, especially on Instagram. You can see what people are working on and what people finish. So that is Stash Dash. So hope that answered all the questions about that, and I will put a link in the show notes to the details about that. So, okay, I guess we're ready to talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is that, Damaris?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge, and we have a prompt list for each month, and you take a look at the prompt for the day, and you take a picture related to that prompt and post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. So we're coming to a close on the May list, so we released the June list yesterday. And do you know what the theme of the June list is?
Why did you tell us?
Because I'm going to sing it. Summertime and the living is easy, Cal. Oh, we're going to talk about that in a minute. So this is Summertime and the living is easy, GGK Crafty Pad. So most of the prompts are related somehow to summertime, and some of them come directly from the lyrics of the Summertime and the Living is Easy song. So we posted that yesterday, and yeah, so it should be fun. I'm excited to. I don't know. I just love that, looking ahead at them and going, what am I going to take a picture of for that day, and seeing how y'all interpret the prompts, because sometimes it's a word that gets interpreted a multitude of different ways, and so it's really fun to see what y'all come up with. So, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
And the June list will be in this montage as well. So, here come the photos. So those were our favorite pictures for this week. Great job, everybody. It is never, ever too late to join in. And even if you can't do it every day, just participate when you can. So just take a look at the prompt, take a picture, and post it on Instagram, and hashtag it GGK Crafty Pad, and we will see it. And we love to look through all of the ones that get posted. I keep meaning to look and see how many pictures have been tagged with GGK Crafty Pad.
9,204.
Okay, 9,204. We're close. We're getting close to 10,000. You know what might be fun if we do some kind of giveaway when we get to 10,000. We will think about that, because that should be coming up not too long. So we will think about that, and maybe we'll have some kind of giveaways from people who participated in the Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo Day Challenge. Okay, we'll look into that. Okay, Mary, let's talk about upcoming events we'll be attending. So why don't you start?
This year's Indieborough Yarn Crawl will be held here in Edinburgh on Saturday the 13th and Sunday the 14th of June.
Yes. And what 3 yarn shops are participating in this?
Ginger Twist Studio, Kathy's Knits, and Be Inspired Fibers.
Yes. And we will be participating. I'm not sure which day yet, or if it'll be both days. I need to chat with Jess when we go on Monday to Knit Night. So we had planned, this does not belong in Yummies, but I'm going to mention it here, because we had planned to go to Knit Night Monday night. We had planned to go. I needed to show Jess the socks, and we hadn't gone the week before because it was the day that I came home from London. So, but on, was it Saturday?
I think so.
I think it was Saturday. I had a really stupid accident, and our bathroom door tried to close on my foot as I was going in the bathroom to go, I know, it's gross, it's really gross, going in the bathroom to take my shower, and it ripped an entire toenail off. My index toe, is that what it would be called?
I don't know.
My index toe is longer than my big toe, so otherwise I think it would have grabbed the big toe nail, which would have been even worse.
Okay.
So anyway, it ripped the entire toenail off. I screamed and cried, and Damaris rubbed my back and held my hand while the hubs looked at it and tried to clean it. We were pretty worried about it, and so, of course, but it was the weekend, and we really didn't want to go to A&E. That's like the ER in the States. If we didn't need to, so we went actually to the chemist and talked to the chemist, because they can deal with like minor little things. So we just talked to her and explained what had happened, and we soaked it in like salt water a few times a day to try to deal with any infection and everything. And then when we saw the chemist, she said, keep doing what you're doing, but make sure and see your GP at the surgery first thing. So I called and got an appointment and went in, and actually it was one of the nurses that looked at it, and she cleaned it again and said, you're doing everything right. Just keep it dry now that we've dealt with any infection that might be, and let it have some air, but also cover it up when it needs to be protected, just until the wound heals, and then after that it'll just be several months before the toenail grows back. So, yeah. So that is the reason we did not get to knit night Monday night, because it was very painful to walk. And, yeah, it's going to be fun trying to wear shoes for the next few weeks, because it's painful to even put a sock on. So, yeah, sandals, I'm guessing, are going to be the option, which it will be lovely with, a well bandaged toe. So that is why we did not make it to knit night this week, and why I didn't get to talk to Jess about the yarn crawl. I'm sorry. Y'all, you got to hear the whole horrible story. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. It is so painful. Ugh. So, yes, we will be participating in the yarn crawl. I just don't know what day, or both days. We'll see. I should be able to tell them next week on the episode, because we'll have seen Jess and talked to her. So yeah, if you are in the area, you should definitely come up, or come over for at least one of the days, because it should be a lot of fun. There are some workshops being offered. I think there's some trunk shows going on, special patterns. There's going to be a after party at the Safari Lounge. I think that is on Sunday, if I'm remembering right. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and we're really excited about it. So come see us and enjoy a fun yarn crawl. And now we're going to talk about the Geeky Puffin Knit Palooza. Mara, tell us about it. What is it?
It's a knitting retreat we are hosting together with Sam of Knit Run Dig.
Where's it going to be held?
Here in Edinburgh at the Gillis Centre on Thursday the 29th of October through Sunday the 1st of November.
Yes, and this is in the Morningside area of Edinburgh, if you are wondering. So we still have some spots available if you're interested. They are starting to slowly fill up now that we're like less than 6 months out. So if you're interested in coming, definitely get over to the website, which is
geekypuffinknitpalooza.com.
Yes, to sign up. We have started getting donations from fiber-related businesses of door prizes and goodie bag stuff. We got a huge package in the mail today. It was really exciting to open that. So if you are a fiber-related business and would like to donate something, send us an email at geekypuffinknitpalooza@gmail.com. It can be something as small as coupon codes on a business card to put in the goodie bags, or something as big as a project bag or skein of yarn or whatever for a door prize. So if you're interested in doing that, we will. If you are one of our donors, you will get your business linked on the thank you page on our website, as well as in the programs that the attendees will be receiving, as well as in our Ravelry group. And your business will be on the list of businesses that the attendees can use for bonus points in our Layer It Up, Knit Along. Layer It On. Layer It Up. You're layering up the cake. Layer It On CAL that we have starting on Monday. Is that June 1st?
Yes.
On Monday. I knew it was June 1st, but I didn't know if it was Monday. So, yeah. So we'll get some exposure for your business. The CAL. We talked about it in detail last week, didn't we?
I don't know.
I think we did. But we will be assigning the teams on Saturday. But people are already making plans, and it's so fun. I had an email from someone that said that they were holding off on starting a big project until Monday because they wanted to receive full points for it instead of half points for it being a work in progress. So that's a lot of fun. So, and I know some people are planning their wardrobes around what they're knitting so they can bring it for the part where we do the bonus points at the retreat, where one person from each team puts on as many of the items that are finished as possible, and the team who could layer on the most gets bonus points. So lots of fun planning, and it's a great way to get some exposure for your business if you want to help out. And we're very thankful for those who are helping us, and even for those who can't help us that are sending us encouraging words. We really appreciate those as well. So yeah, what's the website again?
GeekyPuffinKnitPalooza.com.
Yeah, everything's there, or send us an email at geekypuffinknitpalooza@gmail.com if you have any questions. All right, I think that is everything for Yummies, even though we had some not so yummies in there. Sorry about that. But, so I think we're ready to move on to the next segment.
To talk about what we're reading and watching.
So, Mare, are you reading anything?
Not yet.
Okay. So you're finishing up school when?
This week.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Am I excited?
I don't know.
No, because then I'm going to have an 11th grader. I'm going to have a junior in high school. Oh my gosh. You're not old enough for that. You were just born yesterday.
I'm going to be 16.
Oh, no!
In October.
No. No.
Yes, I will.
No. No. I don't believe it. So you're finishing up school this week, even besides my protests. And then you're planning to do some fun reading over the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, what I'm reading, I'm still reading my nonfiction book number 6 for the year. It's called Daring Greatly, How the Courage to be Vulnerable Transforms the Way We Live, Love, Parent, and Lead by Brene Brown. And I've read this one before, but I'm doing a reread of it because I really, really enjoyed this book. So, and I'm actually ahead because I'm on book number 6 and it's only still in May. So, her books, for me, tend to have to be read in small segments because it's just so much to try to take in. So, yeah. And then fiction-wise, I'm rereading the Anne of Green Gables series by Lucy Maud Montgomery. And I actually finished rereading Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea, and I just started last night Anne of the Island. I'm trying to remember when was the last time I've read them, and I don't honestly know. I've read them since you were born. I mean, because I read them several times, like in middle school, junior high, high school, college, but I know I've read them since you were born, but I don't know when the last time was. So I'm enjoying rereading those. And actually the collection I got for my Kindle, because that's how I read it on my iPad, is on the Kindle. The collection I got of it is actually like all of her writings. So like even like her short stories and poems and stuff. So I might read through just all of that because there's some stuff I've never read of hers before and I really, really like her. So, Okay, so let's talk about TV now. So this is hysterical, y'all. We only have 6 TV things to talk about. 6. Because everything is ended. And the few new things, new seasons or new shows that come in the summer haven't started yet. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, do you want to start and talk about the first one?
Sure. We finished rewatching season 2 of Star Trek Enterprise, and now we're watching season 3.
Yes. So, anything you want to talk about?
There's something you want to talk about. I've got faith.
I even said I was going to rant about this on the podcast. Y'all have heard me rant before about theme songs.
You've heard her rant about this particular thing before.
I hate when TV shows change their theme songs. Whether it's changing it to a new song or changing the lyrics or changing the tempo or adding electric guitar to what should be.
It already had electric
guitar.
But
not the whole song. But now the whole song has electric guitar.
No, the whole song now has peppy acoustic guitar.
Oh, okay. Peppy acoustic guitar. No. This is a ballad. It doesn't.
I've got faith on the heart. Going where my heart will take me.
I fast forward through the theme song now because it annoys me so much. It's not supposed to be peppy. It's supposed to be the ballad.
I've got faith
Shit.
of the heart. I'm going where my heart will take me.
It really makes me angry. I don't like it.
I've got faith.
Stop!
To believe.
I thought you would want to talk about Trip.
Anything.
I thought you would want to talk about Trip and what happened.
Would I?
With the baby.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, we watched that episode last night.
Where Trip died, but not really Trip.
Yeah, they cloned him.
They cloned him to save his life because he needed the neural tissue from the clone that only was supposed to live for 15 days. Very controversial. I want to say that might have been around the time that Dolly the sheep was cloned in real life. So, anyway, anything else you want to say about Star Trek Enterprise, and don't start singing the song?
But I've got faith.
Yes.
Faith of the heart.
No. We're talking about Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman now. Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. We finished watching season 4, and now we're watching season 5. So the baby's been born, and now Colleen has gone off to medical school. Yeah. And you're just ready for it to be over so we can watch something else.
I don't know.
But we're going to watch all of it because we have to. Because you were named after Michaela. What else? I am marathoning season 4 of Scandal. Because I had watched it, the first 3 seasons, maybe last summer or something. Anyway, but it wasn't one that I was going to watch weekly, so I'm now that the season 4 has ended, I'm marathoning my way through it. And let me tell you, it's really hard to watch right now because the, what's his real name? Scott. Isn't his real name Scott? Scott something? Where's IMDb when you need it? He was in Felicity. He played Neil in Felicity. Right, Neil? I'm forgetting. No. That's who he played in Felicity. Noel. But I don't remember his real life name.
I don't know.
Use my phone, IMDb it, and find his real life name.
We'll keep talking.
I'm going to keep talking about it. But anyway, he plays a character who is not so nice in Scandal. And so it's really, really, I'm like, wait a minute, that's Noel. That's Noel. Why is he doing this? Why is he behaving this way? Yeah, I have the IMDb app on there.
Oh.
All you do is do that. I want to say his name is Scott. Scott something. He's in all the season 4 episodes so far. Scott Foley. Scott Foley. See, I remembered Scott. So I just keep going. Woo. Are you going to ask Siri something?
No.
You should have asked Siri.
Sorry.
You should have asked Siri. What is Scott's last name of the actor in...
What is Scott's last name?
What is Scott's last name? So anyway, I am marathoning season 4 of that. The Hubs and I last night stayed up late and finished watching season 1 of The Flash. We really, really, really enjoyed it. But you know nothing's. I mean, it's a cliffhanger episode for the season finale, but you know that the Flash is going to make everything work because they renewed it for season 2. You know he's not going to die because then there's no show because there's no Flash.
There's more than one Flash.
There's a Reverse Flash who no longer exists. Oh, here's my thing. Okay, so I don't know what his name is. The guy that was dating the Flash's best friend, he was the partner of the Flash's surrogate father who took him in after his dad was arrested for killing his mom. Sounds like a soap opera.
What?
Okay, so Barry Allen is the guy who turns into the Flash.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the TV show, Barry's mom gets killed by the Reverse Flash, but police think it was Barry's dad. So Barry's dad is in jail. And as an aside, the actor who plays Barry's dad is the guy who played the Flash in the 1990s TV series, The Flash.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so when Barry's dad was arrested, this guy who's a police detective took Barry in, and his daughter and Barry are best friends. The police guy's daughter was dating the police guy's partner, but the police guy's partner was like the great-great-great-great-grandfather of, I don't know how many greats, of the Reverse Flash. And to keep the Reverse Flash from messing everything up even more, he shot himself and killed himself. And so the Reverse Flash was erased from history. However, here's my concern.
It's a grandfather paradox.
It is. But if it was the Reverse Flash that killed Barry's mom, and the Reverse Flash never existed, what happened with Barry's mom? Barry's mom shouldn't be dead.
Where's Captain Cisco in all of this? Cisco?
Oh, Cisco is the guy who helps him. But,
Captain Cisco.
Oh, and here's my other thing that I told the Hubs last night. Harrison Wells, who is the guy that...
The liar and the killer?
Yes, but it wasn't really him. The Reverse Flash took over his identity. He killed the real Harrison Wells and took over his identity. And was able to morph himself to look like the real Harrison Wells.
Bruh.
But he's a time traveler. He traveled back to kill Barry because if things were different, Barry might not have ever become the Flash. So he killed Barry's mom to try to change what happened with Barry.
Bruh.
But anyway, so he time travels. So his name is Harrison Wells. Do we have any correlation there to H.G. Wells? Who is a time traveler?
I don't know.
So, yeah, all these things. I know I'm rambling. But we don't have very much TV to talk about, so just ramble. What else? I am watching Series 3 of Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries as it airs, and I love it. It's such a fun show. It's an Australian show, if you've never watched it. And it is set in the 1920s, and it's about a police detective and a private detective, Miss Fisher, who solve mysteries together. Sometimes nicely, and sometimes they don't get along. So, but it's a fun show. I really enjoy it. Do you want to talk about the last show?
Sure, we watched the 2-episode series finale of BBC's Atlantis.
And it was like a cliffhanger because they didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know it was going to get canceled.
They did not know.
So it's like, oh, we never find out what happens.
Have fun.
Yeah, because they recorded it before the
Filmed it.
They filmed it before the axe chop to cancel the series.
Ah.
So, anything you want to say about it?
No.
Okay. Well, then I think that's everything for what we're watching and reading. So we should probably move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our March, April, May Sheepy Spring CAL.
Bah. Or should it be ba-meow, pa-meow with the sheep cats. So, this CAL ends on Sunday. or the sheep cats will come after you if you don't post your things that they really want. So, I will I will close the FO thread on Monday, the 1st of June when I get up. So you need to make sure and have your finished projects posted in the FO thread by Sunday. Sunday's your last day. All the details are in the show notes. Anything you knit, crochet, weave, or spin, you can convince us is related to spring, double dip, all that. We have prizes. We will announce all the prize winners for the Sheepy Spring CAL in next week's episode. Yes. So let's quickly talk about who finished projects this past week.
Okay. Awen Darwin, Andy, AZ Knitwit ×2, Blue Flame 0, Dragon Rose, Eleanor Gamgee, Fjord Lord, Francis NOJD ×9, Knitster Monica ×3, Knitter Joe 2 ×2, Knitting Gnome ×2, Crafty Mama ×8.
Yes, 8.
Little Angel SG2 ×4, Mama Bug 89, Phoenix Fire ×2, Rue CMC, and RS Island.
Great job, everybody. So get those projects finished, get them posted in the FO thread, and we will announce the prize winners next week. Let's move on to the next CAL.
And now we're going to talk about our Doctor Who inspired socks CAL, which we are co-hosting with Sam of Knit Run Dig and Julia of Pantyhose Jewels.
Yes, this also ends on Sunday. We're gonna have
doesn't end on Sunday?
We're gonna have all the prizes next week. So this is a CAL to knit any of my Doctor Who inspired sock patterns. All the details are in the show notes. We will announce prize winners on next week's episode as well. I will close the thread on Monday, the 1st of June when I get up. So you need to have your projects posted in the FO thread by Sunday. And you can post up to 3 times. Once for finishing the socks. You can post again if you used Pantyhose Jewels yarn, and you can post a 3rd time if you used a Knit Run Dig project bag. Please post separate posts for each of those. So don't post just once and say in there, I knit with Julia's yarn and Sam's project bag. Post it 3 times because we'll just do a random number generator to draw the prize winners. So we had people finish socks this week, so why don't you give them a shout out, Mare?
Okay, Eleanor Gamgee, who finished Rescue Me, Chin Boy, and Show Me the Stars. Knitter Joe 2, who finished Come Along Pong socks. And Rue CMC, who finished Socks for 10.
Yes, great job, Belle. We also have been having a chatter thread prize winner each week. There's 3 chatter threads, 1 in each of the 3 groups. And we randomly choose a group each week and then random number generated for somebody who has been chatting in the group. So this week's winner came from the Geeky Girls Knit chatter thread. And do you want to tell us who it is?
Sure, Eleanor, who is Eleanor Gamgee.
So we've already contacted her to let her know she won, so way to go. And so next week will be the last chatter thread winner, so make sure you chatter in all 3 threads because you don't know which group we're going to pick next week. And we'll announce that prize winner as well next week, as well as all the winners of all the prizes next week. So if you need any details, it's all in the show notes. Let's move on to the 3rd CAL. Next, we're going to talk about the Outlander CAL. Who am I co-hosting this with, Mare?
Jasmine and Gigi of the Knitmore Girls, Maria from Subway Knits, and Kirsten from the Yarngasm podcast.
Yes. So this is an Instagram CAL. You have to tie your project somehow to Outlander, post it on Instagram, and use the hashtag #KiltMeNowCal. So next week we will also announce the prize winners of this CAL. So each of the podcasts has prizes, but so each of us will be announcing it on our individual prizes, but I think all of us are also going to like comment on the Instagram post if that person's a winner, since everybody may not watch everybody's podcast. So make sure you have your pictures posted by next week because the final episode is this Saturday. So and that's when all of us are ending the CAL. So it's been fun to do, and look forward to announcing all the prize winners next week. So we have 3 CALs worth of prizes to announce next week. So we will do all the random number generators before we start filming because that would take forever. So, so get your pictures posted, get your projects finished, and can't wait to announce all the winners next week. Let's move on to something that's not a CAL.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we answer them.
Yes. Sorry, I got distracted. So Mare, why don't you ask the question this week?
Okay, this week's question comes from Jilly, who is vegan Jilly from Oregon.
Yes.
And the question is, I watched some of your earlier episodes, and in the beginning, Cece was not a fan of Doctor Who. Now Cece is a fan of Doctor Who, and I was wondering what made you a fan. Was it a particular episode or character? I'm just curious, because the first time I watched Doctor Who, I was like, what is this? But I was intrigued and kept watching. Somewhere along the way, I realized I was completely and utterly hooked.
Okay, so we tried to go back in the show notes and figure out where I started watching it. Sometime in 2012, towards the, in the very early episodes of the podcast. So, the Hubs and Mare had been watching Doctor Who for, a couple years at least?
I don't know.
I think y'all, caught it at some point and then started watching it. But I started watching the first few episodes with them, and I was like, this is freaking ridiculous. I'm not going to watch this. I didn't enjoy. So I didn't watch with them. But then sometime in the early episodes of the podcast, Mare was talking about it on the podcast, and podcast viewers were talking about how much they loved it, and people were like, you really, really should watch it, Cece. And I was like, okay, I will give it another try. People had told me, just get through the first few episodes, and then it gets better. Even though there's details in the first few episodes that you need for later in the series. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll give it one more try. Made it through the first few episodes, and then it got better, and I was hooked. And then I started designing sock patterns inspired by Doctor Who, and now I love it. And I'm wearing a Doctor Who shirt. I have, how many sock patterns do I have now designed that are not Doctor Who? 9? Probably about 80% of my designs are Doctor Who inspired. Yeah. So I'm kind of addicted now. And so, yeah, it was peer pressure that made me give it another go. And just getting through those first few episodes that were rough. But I'm glad I watched them looking back on it now because, like I said, there's info from those first few episodes that's important in the time to come.
I really like the first series. It's not as terrible as you're making it sound.
Well, the first few episodes with the really corny aliens, the mannequins, and
Those are classic villains. They appeared in the third Doctor's first episode.
I know. And so, some people don't know that Doctor Who was originally a children's TV show. Yeah. And the ones that can unzip.
Yeah, those are pretty weird.
Yeah, so, and 9 is not my favorite Doctor. 9 is the Hubs Doctor. He loves 9. In fact, we bought him a 9 figure for his desk for his birthday a few weeks ago. 10 is my Doctor, followed closely by 11 and 12, and I love John Hurt too. But I haven't watched a whole lot of the first 8 Doctors. We did watch the 8th Doctor's movie, and then he was a little bit in...
Shoes!
He was a little bit in the 50th to transform into the War Doctor. But we've only watched just a few episodes here and there of the first 7, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So, and some of them you can't even watch because they don't exist anymore. They were filmed over or destroyed. And there's been there's been some that have been found that they thought were destroyed. Mm-hmm. So, I guess we need to probably give in at some point and just start at the beginning and watch everything that there is.
I have links to all of them.
Yeah, so we probably should do that at some point. But, yeah. So, that's how I got started watching Doctor Who and designing Doctor Who patterns and wearing Doctor Who shirts and watching Doctor Who and being obsessed with it. Yep. So thank you for the question, Jilly, and hope that was a good answer for you. All right, Mare, we probably should move on to the last segment. We made it. I don't know how this episode is so long because we only had 6 TV shows to talk about, but I guess I rambled quite a lot. Hope you enjoyed my ramblings. So, announcement. I thought we were done talking about CALs, but we're not, because our summertime and the living is easy CAL starts Monday. So this will be just like the Sheepy Spring CAL that's going on right now. It's for anything that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to the summer. And it'll run from Monday the 1st of June through, I don't know what day of the week it is, the 31st of August. So June, July, and August. You can't enter works in progress. You have to start it June 1st or later and finish it by August 31st. And we have a few prizes ready. If you would like to donate a prize for the CAL, we would love that. And we will announce all the prizes we have next week. It's going to be a long episode next week with all the winners. Yeah. So start thinking about what you want to do for the summer. And your fallback is always what?
I made it in the summer.
Yeah. So any other announcements that you can think of?
No.
We are Amazon affiliates and Amazon.co.uk affiliates. I kind of squeed. Was that today I squeed?
I think so.
Because we had some purchases from Amazon.co.uk, so thank you very much. It doesn't cost you anything, but Amazon gives us a little bit if you click through our links on our show notes and then purchase something, and that helps keep the podcast running and pay for prizes and shipping and badges and technology and all that behind the scenes stuff that keeps us going. So thank you to those of you who are shopping that way. We really appreciate your support. Mare, why don't you tell them where to find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.com. There are links to everywhere else we're online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yes. So with that, we will tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely, lovely week, and we hope that you have many, many finished objects as all the CALs are coming to a close. And we will talk to you next week, and you'll have to listen carefully to see if you're a prize winner. All right. Have a great week. Happy knitting. Bye.
Bye.
Ba meow. Yeah, ba meow. Meow. Ba. Or should it be ba meow? Ba meow.